Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. I am Dr. Shambhavi Jaiman and we are here for another episode of Mental Health Notes. And today we are talking about something which we all struggle with, work-life balance. We have our work, we have our lives, but we struggle to balance it. Now when we talk about work-life balance, I don't think there is anything called as a perfect work-life balance. We just need to figure out what is good for us, what works for us, and that could be our work-life balance. So my work-life balance might not be what would work for you, but still we need to figure out around what is there and then figure out what is required for us. When we are talking about work-life balance, it is important because we need to give our professional life some amount of time, our personal life an equal, lesser, or more amount of time to maintain a good environment, to maintain a good health. When we talk about work-life balance, in the last 2 years especially, it had been quite difficult with work from home. We had been working from home, we did not have a demarcation because when we would start work, when we would end work, when would we have a personal time, when we would be having our family time, that was not demarcated. When we are working from home or when we are working from office, both the times we need to have a work-life balance, which we can maintain by probably bringing about certain changes in ourselves and also communicating certain changes to others. Why is work-life balance important? If we do a lot of work, is it good for our health? Is it good for our social environment? Is it good for our mental health? If we do not do work at all, if we slag at work, if we do not give adequate time to our work, will it affect us? Obviously it will affect us. It will make us again anxious. It will affect our work quality. It will affect our productivity. So it is important that you keep your work and life, your personal life, your professional life, your personal life in a balance. Now when we are talking about work-life balance, one thing which we need to keep in mind is that one is not for all. So you might have a different work-life balance, your partner might have a different work-life balance, your friend might have a different work-life balance. When we are talking about work-life balance and how to maintain it, it needs consistency, it needs constant effort from your side and from the other people around you whom you're working with, whom you're dealing with in your day-to-day life. So about work-life balance, when we start talking about work-life balance, the first thing is you need to be sure about what is working for you. You need to identify what does work-life balance mean for you. It can mean that, okay, after I come back home, I'm not going to work at all. Sometimes that is not possible. But that is one of the things which we need to keep in mind. So if we are going to work, we are going to work over there. When we come back at home, we are not going to carry our work back home. If we are doing that, we are trying to imbalance or we are trying to blur the boundary between our work and our personal life. So it is important that you demarcate that as evidently, as perfectly as possible. The second thing when we are talking about work-life balance would be that when we are establishing a work-life balance, it is important that you let other people know what does work-life balance mean to you. What are your requirements? What can you give to them and what you require from them? In terms of managing your family, say that you're coming back, you do have some work on a particular day, make sure that you communicate it to them, make sure that you tell it to them that okay, I have some amount of work which I still need to focus on. I'm going to do that and then we're going to spend time together or we are going to have go out or we are going to have dinner together. The same thing goes with our professional life as well. When we are talking about working in a team, working with colleagues, it is important that you communicate that this is what I'm expecting. This is the kind of work-life balance I want to maintain. And I would be willing to sort of stretch it here and there sometimes when it is important, but this is what I'm aiming for. So communication is very important when we're trying to make our work-life balance according to us or make our work-life balance work. When we talk about work-life balance, a lot of times when we come back home, we get work, we decide that we're going to work for 1 hour and this is it. But it spills over. So we need to have some amount of leeway which we can give to our work, to our personal life. We need to have that cushion time. We need to have that cushioning effect that okay, if it spills over, it's okay. We cannot be very rigid about it. We cannot be very rigid either at our professional space or our personal space. And we need to communicate that as well to the other people around us. In work-life balance, it is important that you prioritize yourself. It is important that you take out time for yourself. So another thing which you need to let people know around you is that you require time for yourself. Maybe not every day, it is not possible every day, but maybe on a regular basis, weekly, once or twice, where you take out time for yourself, you do your work, you do your activities which you enjoy, and that will help you maintain a good work-life balance, because you're giving time to yourself, you're giving time to your professional life, and you're giving time to your personal life. When we are talking about work-life balance, some things which we need to keep in mind is that we need to give our lifestyle some amount of importance. So that is adequate sleep and adequate exercise. Exercise is something you can do even with your family, even with your friends, even with your colleagues. So either it can be your time but you're spending it with somebody else, that can be part of your work-life balance. But if you prefer to work out alone or you prefer to exercise alone, that is also okay. But make sure that you include exercise, because that is going to be good for your work, because it will help you feel refreshed, it will help you feel more active. For your personal life, because it will help with your mental health, it will help you keep less irritated, less annoyed with people. If you're working from home, then you need to make sure that you have demarcated space in your house. You need to have a particular space. If you're scattered all over the house, then the whole association will be with work and you won't be able to demarcate your work from your personal life. So it is important that we have a designated space, a designated corner in our house just for our work, and the rest of the house is for having fun, relaxing and taking your time. Some other things which we need to focus on: there are certain things in your work which you can control, there are going to be certain things in your work which you cannot control. Similar goes with your personal life. There are certain things which you can control in your personal life, there are certain things which you cannot control in your personal life. So you need to identify the things which you can control and worry about them if at all you need to change them. And there are certain things which you cannot control, so there's no point worrying about them or even trying to change them. Try and opt for a work or a job or an environment where you feel happy. You like the job, you like your work, you enjoy your work. If you enjoy your work, it'll be easier to maintain your work-life balance. It would not be as stressful. A lot of times when we find it difficult to maintain our work-life balance, it can lead to various social problems, it can lead to various interpersonal problems within families, it can lead to decrease in our productivity at work, it can lead to more absenteeism at work. So it is important to avoid all these things to have a proper work-life balance. Another thing which we need to keep in mind is that when we do not have a perfect work-life balance, when we do not have a work-life balance, it will eventually lead to certain health conditions. It can be mental health, it can be physical health. So make sure that you're giving time adequately to your work, what works for you. Communicate what adequately works for you, if that is okay with the people you're working with. Make sure there is no misunderstanding. When it comes to your family, when it comes to your friends, make sure the same is communicated to them so that there's no misunderstanding, and it helps you continue with the work-life balance. When we talk about work-life balance, like I said before, it is not something which fits everyone. My work-life balance might not work for somebody else. So make sure that you're identifying the things which work for you and trying to make them work for you only for yourself. Don't try to impose them on other people. Don't try to tell other people to work in a similar way. So that is something which is important. It is important to maintain a work-life balance for yourself, but not just for yourself, even for the people around you, your family, your colleagues, your friends. So make sure that you try and maintain the best work-life balance you can maintain for yourself. Keep it to yourself, help others maintain their work-life balance, and continue to have a healthy environment. With this, I would like to end today's session. If there are any questions, you can please drop your questions in the comment box and we can take them forward. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you.